Hi, I'm Sally Sheppard and I am the founder of Wyrdren Games. I'm one of those people that likes to keep really busy. I did a little bit of testing with my game, and after figuring out exactly what I wanted to do, I started to make it. And as of this week, we have a playable demo. Welcome, this is Spellbound: The Magic Within. So this is the title screen before you enter the game. Spellbound: The Magic Within is a narrative, choose-your-own-adventure fantasy game in which you are a trainee magician just learning to come to terms with their powers. You find yourself in this charming English village of Wycherley, and you're being trained by an old family friend how to kind of manage your powers. So this is Melody. She runs the local bookstore in the town of Wycherley. She is also the Transfiguration tutor, so if you choose Transfiguration as your school of magic, this is who you'll be learning from. This is Ari. Their school of magic is divination, so that's palmistry and tea leaves. Ari is non-binary, so they, them pronouns. And they have a sort of back room in the cafe in which they host events. So there's a couple of different parties throughout the story in which you'll spend a lot of time with Ari celebrating certain milestones in the village. This is Theo. He is the town's forest ranger. He's in charge of protecting the town and keeping it separate from the normal world. So his magic is abjuration magic, so that's to do with shields and barriers and protections. This is Fern. So Fern's magic is conjuration magic, so that's making things appear that weren't there before, calling on spirits and aids to help you. She lives and works at the potion shop. You also live and work at the potion shop, so it's actually her auntie, Auntie Maggie, who is the family friend who's taken you in, so you spend lots of time with Fern. You ultimately take a test at the end of the first chapter and it sorts you into your school of magic. But obviously you still get a choice to choose between the multiple different tutors, and you don't have to listen to what the test tells you. I tried to make something that I thought was really inclusive, so you can pick your name. Underneath that, you can choose your pronouns, he, him, they, them. I wanted to make sure there were lots of hairstyles, lots of skin tones, nose shape, lip shape, eye shape. And I wanted to make sure that you weren't just given a default feminine or masculine character to choose from, that you could do a range of and go anywhere in between. So EGX was a little bit different this year, obviously because of the pandemic. The numbers were reduced slightly and everybody was very social distance, but actually it made the experience a lot more personal for me in the indie section. And I think one of the things I took away from it is how many players are actually clamoring for more inclusive games, because one of the biggest comments we had was how much they loved the character creator and how excited they were to see themselves represented on screen, like to have people of color, to have non-binary characters, to have kind of options there. They were really excited about that. And so that's really, really touched me. This is just the comments from one TikTok video, and this was amazing for me to see, because this was the reaction and people saying that they were so excited for it and they couldn't wait to play it. People really wanted to know more, and that was really encouraging for me. So the game itself is split into 12 chapters. So the footage you've seen so far is actually just from chapter 1. So this is kind of the introduction into the world. Over the next 11 chapters, you're learning to harness your magic. So depending on which character you've specifically picked to be your tutor, your story with them follows on. So there's kind of 4 different stories going on all at the same time that follow along the same timeline, but depending on who you picked will be kind of the point of view that you get that story from. There's a greater mystery happening in the background. So the actual story arc is about how the forest is becoming corrupt. So there's a couple of different layers to it, a greater mystery, all while trying to figure out who you are and where you belong.